Hello guys, and welcome to a new Steel Division 2 video today by me, Vulcan. Today we're going to be starting the 6th campaign, Karelia, in the latest DLC, The Fate of Finland. June 27th to July 12th, 1944. 10 days into the Soviet offensive on the Karelian Isthmus, the Finns have been pushed back all the way to the 1941 borders. They are on the brink of defeat. Gathering every available reinforcement, including calling in German support, the Finns prepare to repel the final assault of the Red Army. The fate of Finland is on the line. Now I would read the description as well, but I believe it's covered in the video at the start. So let's select our side. We're going to be starting this campaign on the Soviet side, since I've completed all of the other campaigns on the Soviet side already. And then what we're going to be doing after is going back to the Vistula campaign, doing it on the Axis side, and then following it up with this campaign on the Axis side as well. So if you're looking forward to the Vistula campaign on the Axis side, that's when it's going to be, and same deal for the Karelia campaign. But Soviets for now. Let's launch the campaign.
On June 10, 1944, 4 days after the Western Allies landed in Normandy and 2 weeks before the start of Operation Bagration, the Red Army's Leningrad front went on the offensive against Finland. In only 10 days, the Red Army pushed the Finns back to the strong point of Viborg, which fell on June 20th after hardly a fight. For the Finns, it was the lowest point of the war. Only the neglected VKT defense line remained. Behind it, a direct, open route to Finland's heartland. If the Red Army punched through here, the Finnish soldiers knew their homes and families would be directly threatened by the Soviet war machine. By chance, the Soviets failed to exploit their earlier successes, wasting precious days celebrating Viborg's capture while regrouping the units for the final assault. This delay allowed the Finns to reinforce the VKT defenses, bringing in fresh troops, including German reinforcements. With the very fate of Finland at stake, the wary Finnish soldiers found a renewed resolution to stop the Red Army dead in its tracks.
Finland is on the brink of collapse, Comrade General. Only hours after the capture of its once impregnable city of Viborg, the Finnish government is asking for peace terms. Given only the option of unconditional surrender, they have failed to respond. Therefore, we will continue the advance and initiate the last phase of our offensive. Our object is to break out of the Karelian Isthmus and reach the country's main road network. From there on out, it's ideal tank country. Nothing stands in the way of the full invasion of Finland. They will have but no choice to lay down their arms. The 59th Army is being activated and brought up from the rear, with additional security and support troops ready to clear out any remaining Finnish pockets of resistance. The direct axis of advance in the north is the most heavily defended. You may consider breaking through in the east first by fording the Volksi River. Good luck, Comrade General. Total victory is within our grasp.
And here we are, guys, in the Karelia campaign. And as you can see, it's absolutely huge. So it might take us a little while to go through the stuff on the campaign map to begin with. But let's start over here on the left-hand side. So there's a little bit of a stronghold on this island. There is actually a flag here that we can capture. And in our way is the 1st Battalion of the Infantry Regiment 51. It's mostly just Kiveri. And then we have Tankin Toyunta and also the Latis. Behind that, the Coastal Artillery Brigade, which is consisting of mostly Lahitor Junta. These are both dug in. They are backed up by some heavy artillery, the 152mm artillery, and some AA as well. If we get up in their face, it should be okay. But let's move forwards, first of all, with the 160th Rifle Regiment. We'll make sure to tuck up behind that. And it may be worth me setting up the AA further up. Although saying that, I think their airfield is, yeah, it's over here. So the direction's probably good where it is, just to cover that left-hand side. Now, what I'm planning to do, guys, is probably not cheese the AI by putting my aircraft into intercept over their airfield like I've done in the past. I think this time around we'll actually mess around with the air and see what happens. I believe the Finns do get like a big bombing unit to use, so we'll see if that comes into effect. But either way, so many troops here that we can move up to help us out. These are all going to have to squeeze through Viborg. And this may be our first point of contention today. We do actually have the first mobile group here. This consists of some IS-2s, as well as the ISU 122s and 122Ss, which are the new ones. We have the T-34, 76, 1943s in there, the good old T-26s, T-20s, T-70s, sorry, and T-60s. It's quite a nice mix. These 19th Guards Mortar Brigade, this is pretty epic. We've got so many Andrushas. The only thing I'm a little bit worried about with these Andrushas is that we only get 4 supply trucks, so we're probably only going to be using most of them once. There's some more here as well. The 2nd Guards Mortar Brigade and the 318th Guards Mortar Brigade. I'm not sure if the HQ sections come with more supply. They do. They have like 8 supply trucks, which is okay. So maybe we need to back up any attack with a HQ section if we're going to use the Andalusias just to get the extra supply. Otherwise, it's going to be not very cost effective bringing in the 3-point Andalusias every time. Yeah, as you can see, the front is crazy along here. There's so many troops that we've got to move. These are just full regiments. They're not even battalions. It's just the 119th Rifle Regiment, the 172nd Rifle Regiment, the 296th Rifle Regiment, and it's just full of troops. Most of the frontline ones are the same, like most of the Rifle Regiments are similar. We do also have some Guards as well. Guards Rifle Regiments. Right, let's focus on this area to begin with near Viborg. So we're going to try and break through the 3rd Battalion of the 20th Brigade, which consists of the Kaveri and also some Maxims in there. There's also the Tangentojunta, and they do have some 105mm artillery. Behind those, some more Kaveri and also some over here as well. Heavy artillery battery further back, which is the 152mm, and they've also got some AA, but not actually much AA. Well, they're saying that I guess it's enough to make a difference, and also they've set up the AA net, so we can't really bring in aircraft to support. So let's see what can actually fight. We can bring in the 386th Rifle Regiment, the 260th Cannon Artillery Brigade, and also the 19th Guards Mortar Brigade in Phase A. So if we wanted all the points to work with from the start, then that's what we'd probably have to use, but I don't think we do. We'll just send in the 386th, I think, and then have the 693rd come in afterwards, and then maybe just make use of the 19th Guards Mortar Brigade. Although the artillery might be better, but this can be used for maybe bombarding something to stop them reinforcing. Let's see. What would we not want to come up against? Because it doesn't really matter. Like, I'd rather them bring in both of these infantry units if they could. So maybe we bombard their artillery to not only stop that bombarding us, but also from reinforcing this fight. Okay, let's make this attack. I think I'm just going to do this. There we go. And hopefully they'll bring in the 2 in Phase A nearby. Oh, they can also bring in this heavy artillery battalion over here, which would be less than ideal, but yeah, I'm hoping they bring in the 2 either side. I can't really see what they brought. Okay, let's just tactical battle. Jump on in. If it's just the 1 battalion on their own, then we should just break through quite nicely. Yeah, it is. Okay, so they didn't actually decide to reinforce with anything, which is nice, because that's going to give us a bit more of an advantage in the early game. But One thing I did notice is that this map is huge. So that's actually going to make it quite difficult. I am going to want to use some recon to kind of spot the bunkers and stuff initially. So let's bring some recon to like the open ground areas in the middle here, for example. We'll probably have to bring some over here as well. Not sure how I'm going to get across to this point. Maybe I could bring up some support weapons. Do I have any support weapons? Yeah, we do. We have some OBs. We'll have an OB just like unload on the edge there. I'll probably have one on this side as well, just to cover the open ground. It makes sense. And it might be worth having one maybe on the left here somewhere as well. Then we can kind of cover all of this area in order to take this flag initially, and then maybe we can move over to help take these two flags. I think I'm going to focus on the left side because the right side might be quite difficult to take, and we'll probably take more losses pushing through the town rather than across the open, because I think with our artillery we kind of win if we fight across the open. Now Maxims have been buffed, so they do have a longer range, so they might actually be more useful than they were. But let's maybe bring in a couple of those. I'll just have one in the open. We are going to need a couple of Strelki squads though to push across. Let's bring in the Strelki DP. Okay. That's going to be a little push for this flag. We should be able to take that flag quite easily. Should be able to take this flag quite easily as well. Just put a couple Strelki close to that. I'll have a couple Strelki on the right as well. I might just put an AT gun here as well. Reason being is we want to try and snipe any transports that push towards us. That will provide a little bit of pressure on that side. So we'll take that flag, and then all of the flags here, hopefully. Well, maybe not the ones further back, but we'll give it a go. Normally the AI sets up quite a nice defensive depth, so going to be difficult to keep pushing fast at least. On this side, just plenty of Strelki. It might be worth bringing in some Saperi as well if we have Saperi. We do have a couple squads. Yeah, okay, I think it'll be fine to bring them on the left. I'm also going to bring in a leader and probably the commandant on this left side as well. I'm not sure those Saperi should really push that far. Okay, great. We're going to need that leader for the front. That's going to be our left side push. I am going to want to try and push across here, so we'll just bring a few Maxims for now that can kind of go up on the ridge, and then we can push forwards from there. It might be worth bringing in the sniper as well. And we do have these snipers that we can use for recon, so should probably use them. Good. And we're going to need some Strelki in the middle as well. I'm going to leave the last 6 points for Androshas, I think. Let's bring in a couple of Androshas, and we'll bring them both on the left side here. Alright, let's launch the battle. Off we go. I am going to have to be careful of enemy AT guns. They could certainly try and snipe us, which would be less than ideal. I'm just going to try and keep an eye out. My OB's already unloaded. It might be worth getting a leader for that. What's that? Okay, let's just unload the OB in there as well. We'll move it across slightly. Maybe it can get line of sight. So far, so good. And there is an AT gun up there. I'm going to unload these because it looks like they have defenses here, and that could be any sort of AT bunker there. I normally put the AT bunkers quite close to those, but we'll see. They do have lower points, but all of the bunkers are free, so we're still going to have those at their disposal. I start pushing forwards here. I maintain the veterancy nearby. I'm going to get an Androsha to just smack that bunker. Great. Let's start pushing up. I might start moving forwards on this left-hand side, or right-hand side, sorry, as well. Just because they don't actually have that many points in Phase A, so... well and good, let's just take out that as well. And to be honest, anytime I see a troop, I could just rocket it. It wouldn't even be that bad of an idea. Because we have enough points to do that. And we got so many of these Andrushas available. Like, that just destroyed the bunker for us straight away. Now we can just push through. It might end up pinning down our Strelki though. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, let's keep pushing up. I'm surprised that's not dead. That is quite something. Also, this one survived as well. Okay, actually the one on the right died. And that one's going to be dead any second. Okay, so that's the left under our control. Let's maybe bring in just a couple more Androshas. Yeah, we see another bunker maxim there. I'm tempted to hit their mortar. Oh, I just realised that Starki's dying. Oops. Yeah, these machine guns are pretty deadly now. Like, Maxims have been buffed, so they're actually better than they once were. Yeah, anytime we see any form of bunker, we're just gonna smack it with an Andrusha. Well, that was a nice direct hit there, actually. Great. Yeah, I could have probably stopped that firing afterwards, but if there's any other units nearby, they're definitely pinned now. Alright, fantastic. I might want something a bit more accurate for this. Do I have any mortars? I have a 120 mortar. It might be worth just bringing up like a F22 or 2. Yeah, let's do that. We'll bring in an Andrusha to deal with this bunker maxim. Actually, we can just use this one. I'll bring in another one for the 45mm. I'm not even sure what that's firing at. Okay, oh, it's off to the left. Okay, well, I might just end up overwhelming this anyway. The F-22s will still be useful for pinning things in heavy cover like this. Karelia in the trench there. There we go, just overwhelmed them. Perfect. I'm just going to unload them now, and we're just going to start hitting those guys. Okay, great. Let's spread out a little bit, take all of these points. We're making some good progress right now. The sniper's getting involved here as well. Let's push the Maxims across the open. With the F-22s firing, that should help us out. And I should be bringing in some more Rauki DP on this left-hand side. We did just lose my sniper, unfortunately. Looks like that died. Wasn't doing much damage at all. We have opened up this right side very nicely. Let's bring in a couple more Starki there to take advantage of that. I didn't expect that right side to be as easy to take, but there's a lot of stuff on that hill. My Kanaya Rezvidka are very dead. But so are they. And there was a MG there. I'll engage that. Wow, there's a lot of stuff there. Let's just do a bit of a runner. And to bring in more Andrushas. I should probably buy in the supply trucks at least once. Okay, fantastic. Let's just keep pushing up here. That's going to have pinned or killed that bunker. So that is fine. Alright, these are all going to push for this trench on the left. Or at least close to. Okay, there's still that machine gun there. I need to take care of that ASAP. Okay, great. We're getting right up in their face now. That's fantastic. Let's just have those fall back. These can start crawling forwards. I need to have my OB move up. And my Starkey move up as well. I might just keep the combat near the F-22s for now. Okay, those aren't even pinned anymore. We'll bring in another Androsha to hit them. And I'll actually bring in the supply as well. I can't have it reload more than one, otherwise it won't really be that effective. Alright, we're doing okay. I just need to defend this left side, then we can keep pushing for that hill there. Currently got quite a lot of time to work with. Give up my Motorradka with the OB-25, that's not bad of an idea. We are right in front of this bunker right now. Unfortunately, we've kind of been cut off there. Let's see about pushing up on this hill. We have just moved into phase B, so we've got a big old boost in points. And you know what we gotta do? We've got to buy in 1 billion Andalusias. We need probably 1, 2, 3, 4 at least. One for over here. One for the actual bunker and the infantry squad. The most inefficient use of Andalusias ever. But whatever. As long as we win, who cares? I really need to have at least one of these move back, whilst the other one kind of keeps the pressure on that bunker, because when we surrender it, we should open up quite a lot of ground there, I reckon. On the right side, we've done pretty well. The hardest part is like spotting which Andrusha has been used or not. Okay, I'm gonna bring in like a bunch more Strelki. And we're gonna try and maybe push across the bridge. And I'm also gonna push this way as well. Oh, we did lose a unit of Strelki. It's okay. Look at the Androshas just annihilating stuff. It's fantastic. Oh, what's that? You have some trenches? Oh dear. Well, you don't anymore. I just need to keep this pinned down long enough that we can surrender it. I think the Strelki I had here died. How many more rockets are those firing? Oh, that's the bunker gone. That's the bunker there gone as well. I'm gonna have some of these unload and just push up. Alright, we'll have those ones push for that objective, these ones can push for this one. And then we'll have a bunch more come in. That can push for that one further back. Strelki DP up on the hill as well. Great. Alright, this is going to open up more places for us to hit with Androshas. So for example, just here. And yeah, we still have tons of these left. Like pushing across the open there is probably a very bad idea actually. Not without the support of Androshas at least. Okay, let's hit this bunker. We'll hit the cavalry in the buildings there. And we'll also hit these two on the left once we get close enough. Right, so we're losing a few Strelki here and there, but with the amount of ground we're making now, it's all good. We just want to try and make ground sooner than later. Because I want to try and go for a major victory if we can. Which may be possible actually. If we hit these Androshas sooner than later. Right, these need to fall back because they're currently being counter-batteried. We'll move the commander out of the way. Start pushing up on this left-hand side. Alright, let's grab some more infantry. I guess I could probably just throw up the Chernos. There we go. Beautiful. Let's unload these fellas. Unload all of these. We'll hit that with an Androsha. I'll hit these with an Androsha. That one. And I'm probably going to want to hit them further back as well. Alright, we need one more flag. It should be probably this flag or the one on the left. But these guys have run out of ammunition, so that's not really very helpful. Okay, great. Alright, let's just run on to that point. We did actually capture one of their supply trucks and then they killed it, which is quite amusing. Oh, it's still a minor defeat, okay. That'll be because the map's bigger, isn't it? Oh, we have the Chernos coming up there, we've got the Selkie coming up here. With any luck, we'll still be able to make it major. I don't know what's in between here, but we'll just bring in some snipers to find out. Bring up some snipers here as well. Right, let's just put these on like a seize order over here. Same deal, just there. Okay, great. Let's just unload these early. It's a little bit of a shame that there's so many there, because I'm not sure we're going to be able to push past. We'll give it a go. Now, they do come in range of the AT grenades, so that sucks. Yeah, we're losing squads to these AT grenades. But we are killing them very quickly now, so that's something. Okay, we found the major. That's okay, it's back to minor. Major, again. These are supposed to be unloading. Okay, great. Not all of them. Okay, I think we got it. Yeah, we did. Phew. Major victory, 19 minutes, 2 seconds. Fly me. What a game. Like, these breakthrough battles. Damn. Well, the Andalusians certainly did work. That's for sure. Without them, that would have been much more difficult. Well, actually, I don't know if it would have been more difficult because I would have probably just relied on the F-22s and mortars instead. Which may have actually been a better way to go about it because they would have been a lot cheaper. I could have just kept reloading them and then put them on fire well. Anyway, we didn't really lose anything too important. Just Cherno, Strelki, etc. Classic Soviet forces. Alright, brilliant. That's going to smash through that defense. It's going to disorganize the units nearby. Great. Although the 4th Battalion of the 20th didn't get disorganized, which is a little bit of a problem. Anyway, we'll make sure to reinforce with all of these as soon as possible. I could throw my tanks through. That's fine. They should be able to look after themselves quite nicely. But that is extremely important because what that's going to allow us to do is probably encircle to the right flank. There's a bunch of very experienced squads on their way. Yep, the Ratsaveki and the Yakari. There we go. Alright, let's have a look at other troop movements we got to do. We're just like head on with like everything across the board. It's going to be very, very difficult to approach these without being attacked. And leaving myself overextended because there's no roads, which means that the troops behind are never going to be able to arrive in Phase A. The main thing will be just making sure that the artillery is close and making use of that. And the 402nd Rifle Regiment, I think I'm just going to push that up here. Yeah, we're going to have to make sure that like some can at least bring in Phase B. Although saying that, looks like none of them can. This is what I was talking about. If they attack now, then the units at the front are going to be severely outnumbered. And again, it might just be worth like keeping these further back, because I think they might be able to reinforce in Phase A. I do want to push on to this area. So let's just throw one in, and we'll move one up that can maintain 2 action points. That's fine. Oh, those can move all the way up, for sure. This has ISU 152s, that'll be really useful actually. In a breakthrough battle, just because we can use them to pin down and destroy bunkers from a distance. The 23rd Army HQ is pretty good. It has some Andalusias and a lot of 120mm mortars. I'm going to work out where I want to go here, so we probably want to push up as much as we can onto this unit. Let's get a couple of regiments up from down here. We'll push forward the 641st Anti-Tank Regiment as well. It does have some Zis 3s by the look of things. Yeah. So those will actually be quite useful. But I am also going to need a few rifle regiments that can push upward as well. Now if we do it with this one at the moment, we might leave ourselves a little overexposed there. But I'll go for it anyway. What about the 6th Rifle Corps HQ? We could send that down, because I think the 3 here can probably break through this one. We can send these down to the bottom side here to help with breaking through, or at least defending there maybe. Could even dig in the one in front for the time being. Yeah, I think that's okay. But down here we might be able to make a little bit of a push through. Especially if we bring in the artillery behind us, we can use the 2 rifle regiments plus an artillery to push through the 1st Battalion of the Infantry Regiment 15. Although, again, these guys are pretty high veterancy, which is going to make things difficult. But with the amount of artillery that we could put on the field, I think we should be fine. Down at the bottom here is a little bit risky. What are these? The 3rd, 2nd and 1st Battalion of the 17th Fortified Region. Okay, well we'll have to back that up I guess, at some point. What can we actually bring in for reinforcements? Let's have a quick look at this. So available reinforcements, we have the 59th Army HQ, which can bring in the Leningrad Front Reserve, which is a lot of T-34-76s. We got some M3Ss in there, the T-34-76 1943s, also some T-34-85s, which is nice. The 59th Army HQ is Andalusia's Su-76s, and then a lot of Andalusia's in the 19th Guards Mortar Brigade. Then there's the 80th Rifle Division that we can bring in. This is another standard rifle regiment. Fortified Region. These guys, I guess, are similar to the ones down there. We've got the 124th Rifle Division, which is again more rifle units, and the Anti-Air Division. Okay, that's going to provide lots and lots of anti-air. And the 21st Army. We've got the 21st Army Reserve, which is a lot of KV-1Ss, and these are very high veterancy. That's really nice. Also got some Su-76Ps in there as well. Great, that's really nice. We don't have enough points to bring in any of these yet, but we'll keep having a look anyway. 49th Armoured Car Battalion, just a load of BA-10Ms, and we also have the 17th Assault Engineer Brigade, which is a lot of High Veterancy Sturm of Niki. Wow. And also some Faustniki in there as well. And the 72nd Rifle Division is just more rifle regiments. Okay, and then we have the 109th Rifle Corps Reserve, which is, again, just more of the same. Now, what about aircraft? So the VVS fighters will give us the 2 fighter wings. We've got bombers. These are PE-2 bombers. And we also have the VVS fighter bombers, which is the Assault Regiment, which is more PE-2s. And then the 1st Guards Torpedo Regiment. Okay, so this is like a bunch of Zuchoks and Bostons and the LA-5FNs. Interesting. Okay. So we could probably have enough fighters to repel like any air attack they ever make if we constantly reinforce ourselves with fighters. I mean, we didn't actually get attacked by any aircraft in that last one, which was strange. But, oh well. Not going to complain. Right, let's just move up a few more of these forces because we are making a bit of a breakthrough here. So we may as well just zoom up with as much as we got. There is the 28th Cannon Artillery Brigade. It may also be worth sending like a couple of units down as well. Just to help out down here potentially. The tanks would probably not be a bad idea. Because we already have a lot of tanks on the front line. But these have some ISU 152s, which will be nice, and the T-3476s. Then the rest can just go upward. These actually have some SU 122s. There's so much awesome different stuff in this campaign that we just don't get to play with that often. Very cool indeed. When we get that AA up, that's going to be pretty important for the front line. I might just move these up to the edge. And then that might be in range, actually, to hit some of this infantry should they come forwards. Also, I'm not sure if I put the 24th Guards Mortar Brigade there, if they'll be able to like technically reinforce. It could be worth trying. Meanwhile, we'll just have these infantry units move up. I can probably just grab the rest and do it like so. That would be quicker. We'll bring up the rest to follow. So our first battle was successful. But I think we're going to be taking some pretty serious losses throughout this campaign as we hit their breakthrough defenses. But unfortunately, guys, it has been my time. I am going to leave it here. In the next episode, we'll focus on getting a few more of these breakthrough battles done. And then we can start to make more larger maneuvers on the front line. Just breaking through these small points like this really makes the rest of the line vulnerable. So it won't be long, really, until we end up just slicing through here after winning that breakthrough battle. But that's it for now. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.